Hi, this is Bishop Craig in northern Michigan, and this is Take One, Peace Be With You. I hope you had a delightful 4th of July weekend, and I hope you had time on the 4th of July to not only give thanks for the United States, but to pray for the United States and to figure out how we take our country and our democracy, the gifts of these two things as responsibilities. I spent some time on the 4th of July thinking about that. So for me this week, as we move from the cabin back to Lansing, Kathy and I, it'll be a quiet week, mostly a few telephone appointments because we are beginning the transition from St. Stephen to our new office. I am very much looking forward to telling you about our new office, and I will do that once we are settled in the new office. This coming Sunday, Pastor Anderson and I will be at St. John's in Hagensville. It's their first Sunday without a pastor after a very short tenure, and I'm going to preach, and Pastor Roseanne will preside, and together we will help them begin to discern their future. Pastor Sprang is at Grace Lutheran Church in Lansing, where he will be doing some work on mission and vision as we look ahead. The interesting thing that we kind of smile about with visioning is the gaze of our vision has gotten shorter, not 3 to 5 years, but sometimes even months and days. Can you imagine all the people who determined new visions in the fall of 2019 and those visions were gone? So we are aware we're living in a time of shorter visions to be a more nimble church. The reading for Sunday is that wonderful story of the Good Samaritan. The lawyer asks, about the law and then wanting to justify himself. To me, that's key. Ask Jesus, who is my neighbor? And Jesus tells the story. And so the moral of the story, if you will, is we should all go be like the Good Samaritan. And that is true, because Jesus is like our Good Samaritan. But the way I think I want to talk about this parable this year, this time around, is to talk about the fact that sometimes we individually and as a church, we are not the Good Samaritan. We are the one lying in the ditch. And we need to ask who is our neighbor, because God will send people to help us. But they may not be the people we expect, or the people we like, or the people we want. So can you imagine that man lying in the ditch, watching the Levite and the priest drive by, and the one that comes to him is a Samaritan? And I am sure all his prejudices, all his fears jumped up in addition to his pain. I'm sure this man lying in the ditch considered that this Samaritan was going to come and finish things off, and he had to receive the help of someone that he hated. So we as individuals, as communities, as the church, are we able, how are we able, can we grow in receiving God, receiving the love of neighbor in people we don't like, in people we don't expect, in people we fear, maybe in people we hate? Can we let go of our expectations to be open to the new love and life that Jesus is bringing us? How do we do that? I don't know that I have answers to those questions, but I think we need to ask them, because I think God is acting in new ways. Jesus is coming to the church in new ways, and we need to prepare ourselves for that and be ready for that. Because if we've decided who we will and will not receive help from, we're going to miss out on a lot of help. But the good news is Jesus sends help to us. Sometimes the help comes in people we don't expect. So that's what I'm thinking about as I think about the Good Samaritan and preaching in Hagensville. In the meantime, I'm recording this on the beginning of the 4th of July weekend, so that hopefully everybody can have a bit of a weekend break too. So I hope you got one, and I hope you're well. And peace be with you, and I'll see you next week. Take care.